And for him to call me and ask me was I all right and check on me, a very humbling experience. And so I respect him out of this world, man. You know, it was a good time in my life.
And what's the longest time that you freestyled? And what is the best session that anyone can ever recall? And what makes you one of the Bay Area's freestyle princes?
I don't know. When I was younger, I would just freestyle for hours, just talking, me and my homeboys. We'd just be chilling, just rapping. You know, I never really took time to really, I freestyled honestly for a couple hours straight before, honestly. One of the best sessions that I've ever had. I got a chance to have a session with Supernatural. And me and Supernatural rap for about an hour. It's somewhere floating around on YouTube somewhere. And that's a big brother of mine, man. I really respect that guy. He's very intelligent, very artful. He's one of the most cockiest, humblest people in the world. Like, he's totally he's a contradiction. Because if you don't know him, you'll think he's cocky and you think he's rude. But if you know him, he's the most loving big brother that you could ask for. So I respect Supernatural to the fullest, man. And to be able to have a session with him was very memorable. And we respect each other to the fullest. You know, we talk sparingly, but when we do talk, it's always motivating.
And Ghost Ride the Whip. How did you come up with such a hyphy vibe and really pull that off?
Well, you know, I would be insane to say that I invented Ghost Ride the Whip. You know, that was something. Me, I'm a narrator. I'm a narrator of my area. Demographically, I'm a spokesman for what goes on in the streets of Oakland, what goes on in California, and I'm able to paint portraits that are very vivid. And all I did with Ghost Ride it was encapsulate what was going on in the area and what people in the streets and other areas that have been influenced, what they do, and I put it in a song. It was corny, but it was cool. It was very corny. The idea was corny. But I'm one to always realize that if someone considers something corny, there must be something cool about it to someone. And you have to be willing to take chances. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to do something that the average person won't do. And that's where the difference between good and great comes in. It's a very thin line, as well as great and failure. You know, I think early paintings that Picasso had, a lot of people looked at them as they were failures. No one really understood his paintings until after his passing. And then they began to appreciate his art. They began to appreciate some of the things that he was able to put together. Same as Michelangelo. Same as a lot of the painters in the 15th, 16th century. And the architects, or some of the things that they were doing. People never really understood what they were doing until they got a chance to study their art form. And with that song, that's what we did. We just took something that was going on in the streets and in culture and we just gave it to the world. And it was crazy, man. Song like kind of took off, man. It was actually, I enjoyed it, man. So I love performing that song. I love the energy that it brings. And it was cool. It was a cool song.
Who was the creator behind that movement?
You can't give a person a single-handedly created. I think the first person that I ever seen actually do the ghost riding antic, his name was Chris. They called him Critty Bo. That was his street name. He used to come through and he would get out his car. He was from a certain side of Oakland that was called Ghost Town. And he would drive past the schools, and he would come out, and he would get out his car. And it was just basically like his arrival. Like, you know, it's him. When you see them, you see all the Ghost Town boys, and they ghost riding their cars. They hopping out. They you know, they having fun, stunting, playing boasting. And we were all in high school then, and you would come through, you'd be like, look, creating them, they going crazy. And it became a popular thing. It became a thing that if you had some type of hood celebrity to you, or if you had a nice car, or you just wanted to show off a little bit, that's how you come through. You come through and you get out your car, you dance, you show off your jewelry, or you show off your gold teeth, and it just became a popular thing for a second.
And the second part to this question, what is your opinion of the safety of ghost riding the whip? For example, kids who aren't logical to the observation and having accidents and even losing their life due to the poor choices by doing it improperly.
It's unfortunate, man, when you see anybody lose their life. Regardless if it's from ghost riding, if it's from too much alcohol consumption, if it's from a random casualty. Death is a serious matter, you know, and when you deal with that matter, man, it's unfortunate, man. No one wants to celebrate the passing and death of anything. Like, I don't wish death or incarceration to anyone. Those are two things that I don't wish to anyone. And it's something that you definitely have to be fully aware of that you're doing. Be responsible. Unfortunately, there were many people who were just so hyped up about it musically that they were over-influenced, you know what I mean? And there's a such thing as being over-influenced because you subconsciously do things just out of the action and the adrenaline rush. And adrenaline sometimes cannot always be a good thing. You know, when we just get so pumped up, we just go out and do things. So unfortunately, there were many people who were acting out of those things. They were, they just were so amped up about the music that they went to go try these things, and they were doing these things at drastic measures. Like, we were getting out the car at 2-3 miles per hour. They'll get out the car at 30 miles per hour. You know what I mean? We'll constantly go back to make sure the steering wheel's right. They'll just sit on the hood, and you know, and it was crazy. We're doing it in open terrains and open spaces. They're doing it on crowded roads. And it was just an unfortunate thing, man, to see that happen, man. To see certain people lose their lives or become severely injured. You know, you don't want to see that, man. And those were the repercussions and the backlash of those things, man. That was unfortunate.
And tell us about the Fizz Nation. Who's involved, artist-wise?
There's so many artists. You know, I would be naming for days. Some of the, you know, I would just start at the major names of, like, you know, some more recognizable names of cats like J Diggs, who were very close friends of Mac Dre, Doobie, Sugar Wolf, Mac Maw, Crest-Side Creepers, Sleep Dank, Johnny Cash, rest in peace, Johnny Cash. Oh man, it was a lot of people, you know. Ryder J. Clyde, who's actually another one of my favorite rappers, man. That guy has a lot of. He's a star. Fizz is so big, like it's too big. Like you never know. The movement became bigger than the actual label. Where it got so big, where it would be people like, yeah, you know, I'm on this. You're like, really? Who signed you, Kilo? They'd be like, who? Like, you know, they don't even know who Kilo is. It was wild, you know, it was crazy. So.
And what has been the best compilation that you've been featured on?
I'm on so much stuff.
Something classic.
I have no idea. Wow. Compilation or album?
compilation album, not a mixtape.
Album?
Yeah, like the various artist compilations that come out the Bay.
I don't know.
You know, like the old school 40/80.
I would say This Nation 1 maybe, because we got a chance to actually record those with Mac Dre. I have so many songs, man. It's that would really sit on my mind for a long time. I have no idea.